So apparently, this mastery, the Assassin mastery, works in the jungle. It doesn't specify deal 1.5% increased damage to champions. It just specifies when no allied champions are nearby. This is something I wasn't aware of. And I figured out today also that the Oppressor mastery works with the Gift of Heavy Hands. So if you have any other ways to slow, stun, root, or taunt the creeps, the Oppressor Mastery will also scale up your damage. That's actually pretty relevant because with Vayne I was getting multiple procs of stun, so I want to say like closer to 30 to 40% of my auto attacks had the Oppressor bonus, and I actually tried to clear with Secret Stash, and the Assassin Mastery is actually pretty noticeable when you're clearing by yourself. Obviously, if you're not clearing by yourself, then you won't get that bonus. But Secret Stash is pretty interesting as well because uh, you may not necessarily need that extra bonus to clear the jungle, but I think it'd still be really good against enemy champions when you're alone. The Secret Stash is basically like another 115 health from your health potions. Because as soon as you use it, it's going to have the instant 20 health and 10 mana restore. And the 10% duration equals out to 15 health because it's 150 health that you would get. So 10% on that. But yeah, you go with this is jungling AD carry masteries. This is actually probably going to be the exact same page as I run on all AD carries for the next patch. I think it's patch 5.24. But yeah, obviously you get the vampirism here just for like that early clear, helping yourself stay nice and healthy. Feast is actually relevant because even though it's a 25-second cooldown now from 20 seconds, that still is going to be just about every camp. If not, maybe on a really large camp like a buff, you might get 2 procs of Feast off. Double-edged sword, of course, is an option, but on ranged characters, I think this is less of a good mastery choice. On most melee, pretty much every melee jungler will take double-edged sword over Feast, but in the case of ranged junglers. And then Merciless, of course, is not going to work in the jungle. Dangerous Game doesn't work in the jungle, but Precision, the 5 flat armor pen, it's actually 5.5 at level 1 because you get 0.5 per level, and level 1 counts as one of those levels. So 5.5 armor pen is actually pretty substantial, whereas 7% armor penetration on like 8 armor is not going to be very much. Like some of the camps have as little as 8 armor. Even if the camp had 50 armor, which it's not going to have anywhere near that, that's still only 3.5 armor penetrated if you had battering blows. So precision is just really, really good on this patch, and these things combined are making it so ranged junglers will probably have a pretty easy time in the jungler. The other main point I wanted to make is that you'll see in the video, I'm trying to abuse the patience meter of the mob as much as I can. I'm trying to get it to where it's not necessarily important if you have not lost any patience with the mob, but it'll be better like the lower patience you can get it to have without resetting. If you're ever close to having it reset, you really want to get back within the jungle mob's range and make sure you start tanking it again. That way it won't reset. But in particular, you can abuse the small mob's range a little bit since they don't have the patience mechanic, and the re-aggroing or the jungle aggroing in general has been changed since maybe last season. So with those things in mind, I'm also using a little bit of magic resist on my runes because I don't really see a reason why you need to go full attack speed here. You obviously have that option. You can go cooldown reduction maybe, but I want magic resist because AD carries in general are susceptible to devourer junglers, they're susceptible to burst. So before you get a chance to build magic resist, if you don't have any in your runes, then you're pretty much boned. So 6.7 is like pretty well accepted as like the minimum amount you would need. You could also try running a little bit less. Um, it's just one of those preference things. But without further ado, I will give you my jungle clear video for patch 5.24. This is currently the PvE, and I'm not sure if I'll do any more clear videos. This is just kind of to show proof of concept, and yeah, that's about it.
Should fear me. I release them from their pain. The shadows are to be feared. I pass judgment. I bring swift death. I smell black magics. On wings of night. The dark should fear me. Around every corner. In the dark, all laid bare. I hear the innocent cry. They will be purified.